welcome back. We thought we would sit down for an update because we've had so much going on lately and it's been a little while since we sat down for an update.
So much. It feels like days have turned into years.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm like, I know it's not been all that long, but it literally feels like I've had a baby for the last 36 years and I'm not even 36 years old. In a good way, not a bad way. It just all blends together because it's, you know, it's just all consuming, which is good. I mean, it should be if that's what, you know, you want to take care of the baby. Don't leave him on top of the roof and run off.
That's true.
Wow. I'm still feeling just conflicted about, you know, because I know so many people have been like, where's the baby? We want to see the baby. And I'm still just, honestly, I'm trying to get my head on my shoulders. So I feel like I've not even had a lot of time to really sit down and think and consider it. So it's just one of those things. It's very touch and go for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of surviving motherhood
but you and
enjoying motherhood.
You and baby are doing great.
Yeah, all that to just say I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, so sorry.
Yeah, we just have got lots of comments about details, and we can link to the other video we did about it, our kind of announcement video of baby being here, but, you know, we kind of talked about both of us not sure, I mean, about how comfortable we'd be sharing details, so that's kind of that, but y'all are doing really good.
We're doing pretty good. He's healthy, I'm healthy. Kind of, you know, it takes a while to get the ropes of it, and I'm sure every first time mom feels that way, but I'm also sure that every baby, if you had 8 babies, every one of them would be different. So you really do, it takes weeks to, you know, time, months, probably years to just learn your baby and what they do and how they do and then what you have to do in response to that. And it's a learning curve. It really is. So
for sure.
But it's fun, and it's by far, this is the most rewarding thing I have ever done in my entire life. Everything I've done up until this point just feels like stupid garbage. And I'm like, that's just stupid crap. For 27 years, I've done stupid crap until I've had this baby. And I'm like, this is the most wonderful thing I have ever done. So, it is good. I'm good. Baby's good.
So exciting. And it's exciting just in general, you know, me and Austin's nephew, but it's so cool too because I'm trying to help change diapers and give baths and burp and learn all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna have, you know, at least a little bit of practice once our baby's born. And
then if your baby's similar to mine, some of the things that he does, you might be like, oh, okay, well, I saw that. Katie experienced that.
Yeah.
You learn so quickly. That's one thing, is you just learn on the fly, and you're like, how did I know this stuff? But that's God's perfect design. He just, it's like opens your head like a lid on a can, pours in the motherly instincts and shuts the lid.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about my shop, I've had some people asking me about custom orders and some things about when I'll get back to work. Physically, I mean, I feel fine. I feel good enough to work, but I just am mentally, like, real busy with baby, so I'm not quite there yet, being able to work full-time or even at all. I'm just in baby mode because he needs my attention, so I will hopefully be able to get back to some of that soon. If you've messaged me or you're waiting on something from me, don't worry, I have not forgot about you, I promise. I still have a lot of inventory in my shop that's already made. I did that, worked on a stash of inventory before I had baby, so I guess I could say Ira. I always call him baby.
I know, I do
little
too.
bit.
It's
I'm
just
like,
a habit.
why would I not call him his name before I had Ira?
Yeah.
So anyway, that is there, and I will be back to it as soon as I can kind of integrate just a little bit here and there, kind of ease back into it. So
yeah.
But I am itching to work. I miss it. I've done 1 or 2 little things just so I'm like, I don't forget how to do it.
You won't forget.
And Binks is good. He's a little extra needy because I'm spending less time with him.
We're trying to every time we can pet him and give him treats,
but he's still good. He still gets plenty of attention, and that's good. Absolutely. And Olive is good. She's done actually really well. With the baby.
She's done remarkably well with the baby. We're very pleased and very proud of her, for sure. Yeah, it's been crazy. So Austin and I got moved in, and we've been in our house for about a week.
1 week and a day.
1 week and a day or so. And when we did the announcement of us moving, we kind of said, with everything that was happening, with baby coming and house stuff going on, there was just really no way for us to film that in real time and put it out in real time. But definitely I did film everything so that way everyone would be able to see. So we are moved in now at this point, but all this footage that's going to come out afterwards obviously will be backdated kind of up into a certain point, so just so it's not confusing. So we'll have some of that to share of just the process, and then anyone who's, you know, follows along with our mom's channel, which if you don't, we'll leave that link in the description, you've got to see a little bit of like Dad working on our countertops and closet and stuff like that. So it's been great. It's kind of a whirlwind, though. You go from just one night in one house to the next day, get up early, move everything in, and then don't really have any idea where anything's at, and then sleep there and just start living there. So we've got stuff everywhere, stuff that's got to be unpacked, still some stuff to be done, but we've made a lot of progress.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just so thankful. That's the biggest thing, is it's just such a blessing. And we're still working on Olive's fence, so I was walking her around the yard today and walking around the side of the house and looking at the creek. And, you know, I've seen this same creek a million times in my life, but then it just hit me like, this is mine.
Yeah,
I live here.
You actually literally own part of it now.
Okay,
Cool.
yeah, there's a lot of things like that. When I went to the grocery store, and instead of going all the way back through town, back to the old house, it's like I come back here, and there's just lots of little things like that, and it's weird.
It is weird, and it's like, it's weird for us, I guess, because I'm like, this is the only house I've ever lived in. I've lived here my entire life, so I got really used to, like, my aunt and uncle always lived here, and it's so funny now, because I'm like, Kim and Steve are gone, and they've been gone for, like, a while, you know, so this house sat empty for a little bit, but I'm like, it's just funny sometimes. Like, I was in the house earlier, and Dad come out here, and he was cooking supper, and I heard him yell, and I was like, what's he yelling? And then I was like, I bet he's yelling at Corey. And I come outside and I can see Corey, and she's like, hey, just like waving from down there, and he's like, hey neighbor, and all of us looking at us, and it's just like
kind of surreal, honestly.
it is surreal, because we prayed for so long, and I wanted this so badly, and I wanted it for selfishly for me, because now I'm like, look at my friends, like the only two best friends that I have. But I wanted it for the boys. I wanted it for you,
was
because
the biggest.
I want to be able to help you, and I want Mom and all of us to rally around you, help you.
And I want to be able to help you, and I just felt like I couldn't be as big of a help if I was 15 minutes away. And then especially for the boys, that was the biggest thing, is then we can give them the childhood that we had, which is your grandparents live next to you, your aunts and uncles live next to you, it's safe to just run outside and play.
Oh yeah, and never worry
and never really worry about anything, and it's just a massive blessing. And it like I said, it's still kind of surreal. And like the first night, though, it sounds maybe kind of corny, but I mean not really if you think about it. Like the first night we slept here, this just feels more. I'll get off.
Oh no, don't. I
Try
can
not
do
to
it
start
at
the
hat. It's
tear
this
stuff.
postpartum thing.
Sorry, try not to start the tear stuff, but it just, like, being back here, like, the first night, I was like, this feels more like home. You know, in that house. Now, of course, I've spent the night many times in that house, growing up and stuff, but, like, being back here, I'm like, this, like, in this one single night feels more like home than my other house did in 2 years. And it's not that I don't love that house. That was a massive blessing, and that was, like, totally where God wanted us to be and where He needed us to be at the time. But that's crazy to be able to look out my bedroom window and look up here, and I can see these lights on. I can see like into the living room, and then I can see my grandma's light on in her bedroom, and wow. And like I said in the moving video, one of the things I'm most excited about is having a big room. There's 2 rooms on the other side of the house, and a big bathroom, so Austin's parents and his family can come stay, and then they're not having to sleep on a couch and on a twin bed. Well, they can all come and stay, and they can stay a week. I think, in fact, you know, maybe his sister mentioned that maybe she would, so it's be awesome. So exciting.
And that you have
that
room
potential.
to grow a family, room for the dog, room for so much more gardening potential, all of this stuff that you didn't have before. And it's funny because, and I've got comments like this in the past about all kinds of stuff. Of course, I'm sure I would get them now, being pregnant, living at home with my parents, this whole this whole thing. But I got it, I always got comments in the past. I don't know how you live with your family, because lots of people that, when we were young, in our early 20s, even like 19, kids would move out. They would go in with some friends and rent. And they, everybody would always just be like, how do you live with your parents? And I'm like, for one, I'm a scaredy cat, so even if I was to live in that house and I was like that proximity to my parents and I was alone, it wouldn't work. And two, I just want this. Like, I like this. Like, this is what I want. I don't want to be anywhere else. If I had a big brand new house paid for, sitting ready for me, but the condition was you have to live 5 minutes down the road, I'd be like, so I just feel so blessed that you guys get to be here and we all get to be together. And then that ability and the opportunity to help each other. And then, the wolves are knocking at the door these days when you're trying to raise kids and you're trying to raise them up in the way they should go. And I want to be really kind of helicopter parent about my child's environment and what they see and what they experience. And one way to do that is have them live surrounded by family.
Right.
Because
everybody's like minded. Right.
One thing I will say, I feel like I'm just talking super fast.
I'm so paranoid. You keep talking, but I'm so paranoid. I'm like, what if I did not start the camera?
No, you probably did.
I'm sure I did. Yeah.
I think it's the lack of sleep.
Sometimes I just get paranoid. I'm like, this is Editing Corey. I just wanted to pop on here to give a more accurate update about Granny. When we filmed this video a few days ago, at this point in the video, we gave an update on Granny, but things have changed, so I wanted to give a more accurate update. If you watch our mom's channel, you may know that as of yesterday, Granny got sick and she needed to go to the hospital. She's currently still in the hospital at the time of filming this, and they're just running some tests trying to figure out what's going on. So just wanted to give a more accurate update about that, and we just appreciate all your prayers. Now, while we're talking about prayer, we say a lot on the channel, feel free to drop prayer requests, because we pray for our YouTube family every day, so definitely, and even if I don't think I've ever said this on the channel, but even if we don't see all the comments, because sometimes we get, the thousands in a month, I kind of pray collectively every day for, everyone watching both channels, and I mean, we both do, so.
We do too. I kind of just get the broad prayer and say, what about the people that message me on Instagram, who email me, on Facebook, on YouTube,
people who are sick, or lost loved ones, just anything.
Speaking of prayer, I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I'm sure we didn't mention it here, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind that I mention it. I have a cousin who just had a baby, and he spent a little bit of time in a special children's hospital because he had some little issues. He will be 2 weeks old soon, I guess. And unfortunately, his father died. He passed away very young, tragic accident. So just remember my cousin in your prayers, because that's, it's very hard to navigate new motherhood, but then it's also very hard to grieve the loss of someone and then be worried over your child because your child has experienced health problems. So as far as I know, she's hanging in there doing pretty good, and baby did get to come home from the hospital, so I think they're kicking it pretty good. She's a trooper, but definitely keep her in your prayers.
Yeah, absolutely.
She needs them. We all need. Sure. I need them
for sure. Yeah, keep praying. Keep praying for us and our babies, and we'll keep praying for y'all, and we can all pray for each other, which is awesome. I don't know, sometimes, both, more excited and then sometimes slightly more nervous as my due date draws near. But speaking of prayer, there was 2 other things kind of on that topic while we're on it that I wanted to mention. One of them was a devotional that I have been posting kind of little pictures out of on the community post. I get a lot of questions about what devotional that is, so I'm going to leave that link in the description of this video. And it's a devotional called Radiate, and the author's name is, I think you pronounce it Clear, Cleere or something. It's a family name. I think her last name is Reeves, and it's just an awesome devotional. She somehow boils down such what do you say, like powerful truths into just mere sentences.
She takes like one paragraph and packs in a serious amount of intensity, and
it just really makes you think. And it's been an awesome devotional. It's one that Austin got for me, I think, before we were married, which is sweet. And it uses, I think, the ESV version of the Bible. We prefer the KFJ. That was totally KJV, help me. What is KJ?
I don't know.
Was I thinking of like Kentucky Fried Chicken or JFK?
You might have been thinking about JFK.
I'm tired. At the end of the day, y'all, this, pregnancy sucks all of my brain. And I don't want to have to edit this video. So
we're leaving that in there.
Go straight
when
on through.
I was pregnant, I would literally go around saying all the time, I'm too pregnant for this. And I was just super brain dead. And then after I had the baby for about several days, I kept saying that. And then I was like, I'm not pregnant. And I would be holding the baby. So then now I say, I'm too postpartum for that. Like my brain, and I have I'm running on little to no sleep. So yeah, I'm just stupid. I do stupid things.
Well, it's our brain power is being used. So much of it is being used for other things that...
Your baby literally has a straw, just sucking your brain power.
Yeah, I definitely can feel that. But I'm going to leave that link in the description because it's a good devotional. And then another thing, I have found out recently on YouTube here, there's a channel called To Be Like Christ. Again, I'm going to leave all that stuff in the description. And this is a young guy, and he is going all the way through the Bible, chapter by chapter of each book of the Bible, and it's about a 5-minute summary. And for me, that's been a total game changer. That has just really helped me understand what I'm reading. You could listen to it before you read the chapter, whatever you're reading. You could listen to it maybe after. I don't know how far, he's not into the New Testament yet. I'm going through 1 Kings right now. But I just can't believe how helpful that's been. And for me, truthfully, I like to listen to it before I read. Then I like to read in the KJV. Then I like to read it in the NLT. But it
comprehensive.
That really cements it in. And I have a video about kind of tips on Bible study, and I'll leave that in the description below as well. But a lot of it is you need to know the context of what you're reading. So even if you don't have all the details before you sit down to read something in the Bible, you need to kind of know, okay, this is in the Old or New Testament, here's who wrote this, why they wrote it, here's the general purpose, because then your brain has something to cement those details to. Without
context,
it. But all that to say, with that devotional that I recommended and with this guy's channel, I always want to be somewhat careful with what I recommend, because those things are great supplementation, but I'm not trying to say that that's a replacement for reading your Bible or anything like that. And people can be kind of funny with stuff. I know a lot of people are like KJV or bust, and I get that because we grew up with KJV. That's what I'm most comfortable with. I can't ever foresee a time when that wouldn't be my main Bible. But you have to kind of figure out what works for you. And then, of course, it's a very real thing that there are resources out there that are bad.
Well, for anything, that matter. Faulty resources for how to start a lawnmower, whatever.
Right. So you always want to make sure, no matter what resources you're using, that lines up with the Word of God. I just always want to say that. But those have been really good resources for me, so I wanted to share that.
And one thing that's totally not related to that.
It's okay. That's all I had on that topic. So.
No, that's okay. Because we're talking about YouTube channels. I have recently become obsessed with Outdoor Boys.
Yeah.
Outdoor Boys YouTube channel.
We'll put his channel in the description.
It's just so fantastic. If you want something you can watch with your family that's clean and you know it's going to be clean, fun, exciting, interesting, entertaining every single time, Outdoor Boys is it. If you like hunting or fishing, really just mostly hunting. I've never seen them fish much. You need to watch the Hunting Public, because for whatever reason, those have been my two channels.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, if baby's sleeping or I'm just hanging out in my room with Ira, and we're always, of course we're always together, but sometimes we're literally just chilling, watching TV. Well, he's really sleeping, and I'm watching TV. Those are two channels I seem to be watching a lot of lately, just because, and I understand Ira is so small, he has no idea what's going on, but I wanted to start from day one. I'm like, you're not going to be exposed to no trash and garbage and bad TV and all this stuff, so I'm like, I can guarantee that the guys on the Hunting Public and Luke and his family on the Outdoor Boys will always be clean and classy. So you should. Outdoor Boys is just literally so fantastic. They had a video where they went to Japan for a family vacation, kind of just to visit. The Luke, the father of the family, he had done some missionary work like 20-something years ago there through his church. It's an hour, almost 2-hour video, but it was just, it's like the best YouTube video I've ever seen.
I haven't seen that.
fascinating.
Me and Austin mentioned that we really liked that channel recently.
Corey's the one that got me hooked. And now I'm like, it's all I think about. I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah.
They post a video every Saturday. So I'm like,
Yeah.
every Saturday.
Definitely. I'm trying to think anything else. Like I
Yeah.
said, I don't want to edit this video. I'm just
That's
going to
okay.
be honest. I don't want to edit it. So I got to think anything else that I wanted to share. Anything that you wanted to share.
Probably not. I've yawned like 15
I know. We
times
got to
in
get
this
off
video.
here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm tired too. Garden stuff. I do think maybe somehow I'm going to be able to pull off planting a little bit of stuff here. I'm going to try it.
You could do it a little bit.
Yeah, I got my grow bags from the old house. We left our Vigo beds at the old house. We got a lot of questions. Are you going to leave those? Are you going to take them? The buyer wanted them. And we wanted our house sold. So I was like, you can have them if you want them. And the truth is, we worked so hard to put them up. And so it was kind of hard to leave. But it would have been a gigantic pain. And then, two, I don't know how the buyer would have felt about, okay, now you have huge piles of dirt, like compost in your yard.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we just kind of had to leave those. But maybe over the next couple of years, we'll
Get some more.
Get some more. And not going to be doing a ton of gardening stuff this year, of course, with baby coming in June. But, we already got some grow bags with some dirt. So, we'll see.
On my gardening front, some of my poppies I planted are coming up.
Oh,
So,
exciting.
Some of the ones, we should put a link to that video. We're like, poor Katie and Corey, we're gonna have so many links.
I don't want to have to edit this.
So many links. I did
No,
make
it's
a
okay.
video about planting a garden, and that was in November. I planted some poppies because they need that cold stratification for them to grow. So I'm hoping that the special ones, my favorite ones that I planted in the planters to isolate them so I'll know where they are, come up. But I have seen little poppies coming up in the bigger bed and in another bed behind the house because I planted some poppies there
That's
last
exciting.
year. And then once the poppies dry out, you have that fun little bulb. It looks like it has a top hat. It's like a little head with a top hat. And it dries out and you just cut the top off of that. And so I bagged some of the seeds, but a whole bunch of them I just spread out everywhere. They bloomed last year right around the time that Miss Cindy was sick and passed away, and so I just didn't really do much with them. I didn't really like come out and look at them and take pictures and take video, and really didn't get a chance to do anything with them. So this is round 2 with some of the same ones in the same place. So maybe this year I'll actually get to share because everybody knows I'm obsessed with poppies. So.
Oh, they're so fun. I love flowers.
And the other weird flowers I ordered from Europe, so I'm excited about that. And to be 100% honest, now I can't even remember what they are and what they look like, so I have to go get that
Go back
notebook
and
out
look.
and look because there's been a lot of stuff that happened since November that took precedence over
Oh my gosh, it's
the
been
flowers.
a wild couple months.
It's been the wildest year of my entire life.
It's been crazy so far.
This time last year, if you would have told me that this was all going to happen, I'd be like, that's funny, what a nightmare. But now I'm like, I wouldn't change it
awesome,
for
I
the
know.
world. None of it. Not
It's-
one thing.
It's great.
I'm glad. I'm happy. This is good.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so. Not for the moment. Might think of something later. We'll put that in another video.
That's true. Yeah. I don't feel like I said me and baby are doing good. I meant to say that and I didn't. He's moving a lot. He moves.
Very active.
He moves a ton, and he's getting now to the point where he can kind of hurt me. Not bad, but it's just, okay, this is uncomfortable.
The uncomfortable stage. Ira was like that. I would literally just be like going along super good and all at once. I mean, to the point that I would actually do this and people would be concerned, like, are you okay? I'm
I'm
good.
fine, but it startles you,
Yeah, it
and
does.
sometimes it does kind of hurt. But
It gives me anxiety. It kept me on
good.
edge. I'm like, oh, when's it coming
I know.
again?
yeah, but we're doing good, and
You're ticking away. If you're due in June, you're ticking
yeah.
away.
I mean, it's going so fast, but we've been so busy. I'm sure that makes the time go quicker.
That's
Is
true.
there anything else?
I'm excited for Corey, and I can't wait to have another little baby.
know.
It's different. I mean, obviously you love your own baby more than life, but it's different when there's another baby because you can hug him, kiss him, love him, and give him back. And it is going to be so
It's true.
exciting because Ira's does not have, of course, any socialization. He loves seeing other people because all he sees is me. So
Yeah.
it'll be really fun to have another. He'll be like, look, it's like another one of me.
Oh yeah, that's what it'll be like. They'll be close for sure. I think that's all I can think of to share.
Me too. I should probably go back in here and see if he's burned the house down yet.
And I should probably go home and work on unpacking stuff.
You don't have to go far.
I know.
When you do get there, I'll be able to see you go in your front door.
That's one of the most amazing things is like not having to drive 15 minutes. I'm going to save on gas money.
Yeah. Save on time. We're going to work on that set of steps that goes down the bank and connects this house to the yard of that house so that we don't have to go all the way around the driveway.
I think that would be cool. Well, we just appreciate y'all watching so much and all the prayers. And like we said, we pray for y'all. I mean, that's been the best thing about having this YouTube channel is just the community and meeting people and reaching out and everybody praying for each other. I mean, we read comments and there'll be, you know, someone asking for prayer and then another person will comment and say, I'm praying for you. And it's just really awesome, and we just appreciate that. And it's just nice to sit down and do an update and kind of chat for a bit. And
it is nice.
Now I guess we'll sign off.
Yeah, I gotta go get ready for the night shift.
Yeah, I need to go unpack. And then Olive's really liking the new house. I don't think I said that, but she's adjusting pretty well, and she likes the new house, so.
She didn't know what to think at first. She's like, this is more room to do the zoomies. This is more room to do destruction.
Walls. Yeah, absolutely.
She's done well with it. Again, she's done super well with baby, so with Iris.
She's done great.
She's been curious, but she's never once like done anything other than like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I caught her the other day. I had the baby down at there's a bug at Corey's house in the pack and play, and he was sleeping, and we were actually just working, doing some stuff, putting some stuff away. And I had the door open, and I saw Olive go by, so I went in there, and she picked up. I have a picture. Maybe we should put it in. Put it in. She picked up one of her toys, took it over to the pack and play, and was smiling and wiggling her tail and just whining, just
like wanting to show the baby her toy.
Yep, wanting to show the baby her toy, so she understands that baby is human and that why is this person not petting me or playing with me? So she was really excited to try to give him a toy.
She definitely knows.
He was passed out asleep, of course. He had no idea.
Oh, yeah. This is getting to be like one of those videos of people in the South where you say bye, and then you're like, well, before we go, say bye like
at the
50
house,
times.
in the car, down the driveway, at the stop sign. Okay.
So I guess we should really
yes,
sign off. But we always appreciate you watching. God bless you. God keep you. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going into hibernation mode.
That sounds nice.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You too.